Good morning, everyone. This is Black Forest coming to you with another pre-market analysis video. This morning, we're going to be looking at the USDCAD. Okay, before we get to breaking down this first pair, we have to say that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. We'll all know why you're here, which is to find good, credible Forex content that can help improve your ability as a trader and help put some more money in your pocket. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started breaking this down. All right, so before we get to breaking down the technical analysis, let's discuss what is happening fundamentally with the CAD and USD respectively. All right, so CAD has been doing pretty well. We've had some very strong news come out previously from the end of last week, and also we had some very good news come out this morning. So it's looking very strong going into the rest of this trading week, okay? Yeah, it's looking real good. And the only thing that may make it a little rocky is how the oil prices start to act as the markets start to open because of the direct relationship between the Canadian dollar and the oil. But they have a very, very unique relationship. If the overall Canadian economy is doing well, bad oil prices is not going to affect it too heavily. It's almost like when it's on the borderline, on the cuffs of being right in the middle. It's like oil kind of pushes it over the edge, either on being weak or strong one way or another. It's not. It is a factor, but it's not like a crippling deciding factor. Okay, but we do have to pay attention to it just because of its relationship. With the USD, as we stated in previous videos, USD, the American economy is still suffering from inflation, and inflation is further being catalyzed by the Russian oil sanctions that is causing a shortage of oil all around the world and increasing gas prices. Increasing gas prices increases the cost to ship goods back and forth to stores and to where goods are sold, which the offset of that, they're going to increase the prices even further to offset their travel costs for the goods, which means that consumers are going to pay more at the market just because the company's got to pay more to ship the goods to these markets. Okay, so we're going to have to pay attention to see how these things are going to play out in the market. And also, we have to pay attention to see what the Federal Reserve is doing because they're talking about increasing the interest rate. And just that talk alone is starting to cause the markets to start the USD to start to pick up some strength. Okay, so we're going to have to pay attention to those factors as we go into our rest of our trading week. All right, so as I stated before, that it looks like this new 128888 is going to be our new high extreme norm for consolidation, while this 1.26708 is going to be kind of like our new low. It's still going to remain our new low area. So every time we're getting down up here, we're dropping down, and every time we're getting this area here, we're kind of shooting up. Now, let's bring this up a little bit. Make this a little bit more accurate. Yeah, that's a little bit much better. So looks like our new low is actually 1.26854. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. So every time we get in this area here, we're shooting up, and every time we get in this area here, we're shooting down. But we are dealing in a situation that the USD is much, much stronger than the CAD is much stronger than the USD. So we're going to look for a push down. Okay, but we're going to have to see how it reacts to it gets to this area here because we've been kind of consolidating back and forth since the beginning of January, and now we're heading into March. So this is almost a good 45 days plus. Okay, so we're going to have to see how this reacts. For right now, we may start to go towards the short side, dropping down. Like I said, till we get to this area here, that we could shoot up. Now, what can cause the break in these consolidations is fundamental shifts in the currency strengths and weaknesses. So if the CAD continues to remain strong, if the CAD continues to remain strong, we're going to have a push, continue to have a push down. If the USD becomes much, much weaker than the CAD when it currently is, we're going to continue to have a push up, push down. We possibility we could have a push up as if the CAD becomes much weaker than the USD We can have a push up, or if the USD becomes much stronger than the CAD, we can also have a push up. But for the most part, it's going to just be bouncing between these two price points where every time it gets here, it goes down, and every time it gets here, it goes up. Okay, so we're going to have to watch the fundamentals to see which way the charts are going to move. But personally, I don't really like to trade consolidation because you never know. Like you've seen in the previous videos for JPY and CHF, you just never know when it's going to break. You truly never know when it's going to break. So with that information, hope that's helpful. Happy trading.